Wannabe police recruits will only have to pass one, not two fitness tests to get into police training college. The physical competency test, which is in essence an obstacle course, has been ditched as of this month. In the past, applicants have had to catapult themselves over an almost 6-foot wall, scramble through a window, over hurdles, push a trailer and get over a 2.2-ish metre fence within a certain time frame. But they'll still have to pass it before they can graduate at the end of 16 weeks at police college. And there's one other physical hurdle to get selected for training. So why the changes? I asked Superintendent Melanie Aitken.
It hasn't gone completely. It's still in once you get into the college, but our evidence has shown that. So we still have another form of testing, physical testing, which is called the physical appraisal test, which potential recruits have to go through prior to getting to college. And that has been evidence to show that if you can achieve that test, then you're just as capable of achieving the PCT as well in terms of fitness ability.
So just to be clear though, I'm talking about the prerequisites to get into the training college. So you no longer have to pass that physical competency test to get accepted into training college.
That's correct, because we have the physical appraisal test, and then once the individual is at the college, they then go through the physical competency test once at the college.
So you've had expert advice that these two tests, well, they basically measure the same level of fitness, correct?
Yeah, that's correct, and they measure different things, but in essence, the PAT, the physical appraisal test, is just as good a test of a person's level of fitness as the PCT. So we now are adopting the PCT once the individual is at college.
Because the thing is, if you look at these, and you can watch them online, these tests, the one that you've scrapped as an entry requirement is basically an obstacle course. You jump over a 6-foot wall, you have to wiggle your way through a window, there's hurdles, you drag a trailer and the equivalent of a body, and you have to get over a 2.2 metre high fence, right? So there is a lot of, dexterity measured in that test, which is not measured in the other test. So while fitness levels may be equal, the skill base is not exactly the same, is it?
So the PCT is a functional test, and so the purpose of that is establishing staff's ability in a controlled environment. And so, yes, the two tests are different, but the research and evidence has proven that if you are capable of the PAT, then going and doing the PCT, you don't need both to be able to get in. So that's why we are now adopting this and not requiring the PCT prior to getting to college.
But you want them to be able to do those things because you're going to require them to pass that test before they can graduate. So some people looking at this will think that you're lowering the bar to entry to college. Are you?
Right, so not at all, and the evidence has proven to us, which I've just explained. The really great thing about ensuring that, our recruits cannot leave college without having passed the PCT, but having it focused on at the college is in a really controlled environment. So if we're thinking about an individual's safety in performing those tasks, they've got the time, they've got the ability to put into to training in the appropriate manner at the college to be able to pass the PCT where we can test them there. So it's a really good situation to be in, to be fair.
Well, there's a couple of things there. Isn't it a sign of commitment that you turn up having worked on your fitness and be able to pass this test before you get into the police? It shows you're motivated, doesn't it? And you've taken away that.
Oh, we certainly haven't taken away anybody's motivation. Passing the PAT in itself...
Proof of the motivation.
Yeah, individuals have to pass the PAT, which in itself is proof of motivation to getting to college. That in itself is no mean feat to be able to pass. So we're very confident that this is not about lowering standards, but ensuring that we have the right people tested in a controlled environment, and leaving the college, they have to pass the PCT. So it's no change, really.
So are you telling me that after, because you pay recruits while they train, and I'm sure it costs a lot of money in this 16-week program to put them through, that there's not going to be a little bit of leniency because you're going to want these people to graduate after you've invested so much in them, and if they can't get over a wall, where's the guarantee that you're not going to turn a blind eye to that?
Oh, look, I can absolutely reassure you. I lead the physical side of our staff and our trained team of physical education officers. Are a team of professionals where they are not going to be putting. You're challenging to your integrity. I'd suggest there, and I just don't think that's very fair.
Are either of these two tests relevant? Because I suppose policing has changed a lot over the years. One wonders if you rely more on data-driven policing, computers, etc. Do you still need these tests at all?
Yeah, look, we're really mindful that, how we police is changing in terms of the environment we police in. What we do know is the test we currently have is deemed gold standard across, internationally. But we're also mindful that, the last review on our testing was in 2011. So we will be looking at reviewing in the coming year the current PCT as it stands, and if it's fit for purpose or what needs to change to be ensuring that our people, when they're out there policing, are in the best physical shape they can be to respond to the needs of the community.
And that's Superintendent Melanie Aitken there. And figures from January 19th to the 1st of October 2019 show that approximately 6% of people trying to get into police training college failed the physical competency test. That test no longer is required until they graduate.